Hi guys, Ethereal Awakening here, doing individual zodiac sign readings, and this one is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Check your North nodes. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I get new subscribers every day. I hope that I'm sending out enough appreciation. I really feel it coming back from you. So, without further ado, I'm jumping right into these today. Spirit, what messages do we have for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the sign of Taurus? Oop, that didn't come together well. Spirit, what messages do we have for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the sign of Taurus? Spirit, what messages do we have for Taurus? All right. Thank you in advance. So first two cards out are the current energy. We've got the Three of Wands and the Sun, manifesting happiness. Pretty darn good. Or wanting. You're either doing it or you're wanting to do it. Five of Pentacles in the heart space, along with the Ace of Rods. This is using what you have gone through when you've had those feelings of exclusion, being left out, hurt, loss, like, physically, like being dumped, or, having someone that you thought you could rely on not show up. Those types of, this is real physical stuff. Somebody stealing your car. Somebody breaking into your house. Finding out that somebody that broke into your house is somebody you knew. That kind of bum shit. That's what the Five of Pentacles is about. It's a real loss, a physical loss. Feeling it. But in that same notion comes this Ace of Rods, recognizing I shouldn't have been hanging around people that would have done me like that. My bad. My bad. And using that now to learn its motivation to do better. Possible outcome is the Ten of Rods, along with the Eight of Pentacles. So this feeling that okay. Underlying energy is the Moon, or what you might not be aware of. Three of Cups and Queen of Swords. So right now I'm seeing in this underlying energy the opinions of other people. What will they think? What will they say? If I, well, if you got dumped and you want to give the person a second chance because you authentically think that they've changed, what will everyone think and say? Well, who cares? But we do. We find ourselves caring about the way our mothers are going to, think of us, or the outcome. And it's a fearful place. It's scary. We don't know. Because we don't have a good projection of ourselves in those moments. In a moment when we want to seem like we've got it all together, ain't nobody got it all together, yo. No, not even, man, there was one person who had it all together. And what did we do to him? There you go. That's the perfect example of there's no perfection. Nobody's got it all together. So to want to appear as though you have it all together, really have it all together. Do your best you can to have it all together. And then you don't give anybody any ammo. Whether it's, the simplest realizations of, I am a sexual being. This is one of my favorite examples. It is offensive to me that we war for peace, not that people have nudity under their clothes. Okay? Like the fact that there would be a naked person somewhere in a movie walking down the street. Let's just throw some hypotheticals in. That would not offend me as much as the fact that we support our troops and we go kill people. Yay! Look at us go! Killing people. The Bible says not to murder. Whether you call it war or you call it murder, I find that offensive as opposed to nudity, sexuality, what we... the porn industry, oh... We should be doing this when it comes to the fact that we go off and we kill millions of people in war. That should be what offends the fuck out of us. So this is recognition of whatever it is that you got going on in your life, you have nothing to be ashamed of. And the people who matter don't mind, and those who mind don't matter. And you're becoming real clear about that. There's this Queen of Swords energy and this underlying energy that's like starting to see the revelations, starting to cut away the bullshit. Oh, taxation is just a legal form of theft. So when the Bible says no coveting, it's okay if government does it though. No, it's still not okay. It's still not okay. We've got to take back our power and think for ourselves about right and wrong and not blur the lines of good and bad. Right and wrong and good and bad are two different things. And when you blur those lines, you become real conscious of what other people think of you and the fear of what they will say and think when you come out with your honest feelings. I'm going to jump out of the box as gay. What will everybody think? Now, I know there are serious threats to coming out as an openly gay person, but to be who you are is so important. You cannot possibly think that, for all of the hate crimes that are against gay individuals, they would choose to actively, that it's not a choice. It's what they feel deep inside. It's somebody who's recognizing their feelings and honoring them. And what do? We murder it. We murder whatever we don't understand, and we don't understand what love is. And when somebody loves themselves enough to take that risk, as emulating Jesus did, what happened to Jesus? He got murdered. We kill all the Martin Luther King, John Lennon, all these prophets of love trying to teach us to love ourselves and project that out, and we murder them. So I'm just saying, when you have this strength to pull forward with what you feel, it becomes of paramount importance. Your happiness becomes of paramount importance. And you recognize that I want happiness. And I will sit here and figure this out. Because whatever has hurt me in the past and whatever things have left me in a lack mentality or left me in limiting self-beliefs are actually things that I can learn about myself to project myself, to manifest in the future what I want, to motivate myself to do better than this, because my burdens in this possible outcome, the hard work of turning each and every one of those burdens into something that physically manifests in my reality as gold. That's alchemy. This outcome right here, the 10 of rods with the 8 of pentacles, this is alchemizing. This is transmutation. This is taking negative and hard things that we've gone through and doing the hard work of learning the lessons about ourselves so that we have something to offer our brothers and sisters who are in the same path, coming up the same way. Bravo, Taurus. So, I've got advice card from Alex Grace, Chapel of the Sacred Mirrors deck. Spirit, what messages do we have for Taurus? Spirit, what messages do we have for Taurus? Or what advice, rather? All right. The Caucasian woman card. I was just talking about naked people. Here she comes. Skin, largest organ of the physical anatomy, details our individuality. Inner systems exist similarly in all people regardless of race or sex. Skin makes our differences obvious. So now, what was I saying earlier? When you have something that's not so obvious as being gay or whatever this thing is that you're, emulate, if it is an unpopular opinion that I say, emulate Christ, don't worship him. But that's exactly the truth. That's what I would much rather the nation of Christians do, is stop worshiping the man and emulate him. Be more like Christ. It is but through him that you get access to God. a birthright. So he's not telling you to worship me. He never said worship me. Never once did Jesus say worship me. I'd like that one. And of all the translations of the Bible, I have had stark differences. Words like love in one Bible, completely different word. In the same chapters, in the same verses in another Bible, the word love is not even being used. And I know that there's other words that the Bible refers to love as, but the word was not used. So this is a man's interpretation of a spiritual concept. And until you have done the self-work, but through me, but through being like me, not worshiping me, but through be me, do as I do. And then you get access to your God-given birthright you were in the image of. Exactly what I'm saying. Skin makes our differences obvious. Identifying self as other races and sexes, feeling prejudices and sympathies arise, integrating with our collective human family. Light skin, light hair, light eyes from the northern hemisphere. White sister, reflect on your history, imagine your future. And this is the reflection on caring. Care enough about your feelings and project that caring of your own feelings to all your brothers and sisters. You have to align with it yourself first. You have to care enough about yourself to recognize that your happiness is worth the work. I hope this has helped, Taurus. See you next time.